What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Eastside Flock. I'm Harry G, and today we're going to be talking about something that really has to be said about this Orioles manager that I do not see a lot of people talking about, because it is panic button time. It is panic button time. I went to the game tonight. It was supposed to be the big celebration, the Tupac giveaway, the fill the stadium with fans, which we did our part, and instead it was watch your team absolutely suck on the ball field night. And the only good thing I got out of it was a fantastic fan experience. This wonderful, beautiful Tupac bobblehead, and a lot of great memories. With that being said, but that's just because of the park itself. If you were just going for the game, obviously you did not have a good experience. And as an Oriole fan, it is time to hit the panic button and smack that shit on the wall real hard. And let's talk about it. But first, let me shout out real quick. Let me shout out DJ Muddy Mark. Let me shout out all of the Orioles staff and the event planners, the people who came up with this giveaway. This shit was really dope. I think it went pretty smooth for how chaotic it was. You had 40,000 people up in that bitch, and they were able to create a really awesome experience, even though the game sucked. And they continuously do that. Cammy Yards has always done it. That's why I go to games. I got this awesome hat, and the team store was going crazy. Everything was running smooth. So shout out the Cammy Yards staff. Shout out Muddy Mark, the DJ, making everything fun and lit in the stadium. It's always a party at the yard. So definitely go check it out for sure. Go catch a game. And clearly I lost my voice. So now let's jump into the panic aspect of things. This is something that the Orioles manager Craig Albernaz said after the Yankees series. If you want to jump ship, you can jump ship, but don't ask to come back on. They then say that it was in a joking manner. And it was. He's like, if you want to jump ship, don't come back on. But this is the part that gets me. It's a long season, but we're going about the process each and every day. The last 4 games have been tough, but it's only 4 games. Every loss, it stinks to lose no matter what it is. You want to go back out the next day and get back to work and try to win that game in front of you. And this is what I do not like, is that every time we see this, it is from a losing coach that doesn't understand that you have to win games throughout the season. Just because you have 162 games or however much it is, you cannot focus on losing this early. This is a problem. This is a big problem. To say this and to make a joke about jumping ship, this is a real big issue. You know why? Because if you go over here, before we even get into the statistics, and you look up here, we have right now a 10% chance to make the postseason. And less than 1% chance to win the World Series. A team that was talked about as a favorite to win the World Series is at less than 1% and 10% to even just make the postseason. This is unacceptable when you are in this situation. You can't be joking. We cannot have joking manner on anything, because it's about time to get involved. It is about time to start making and managing games as if the playoffs are on the line each and every game. You can't have fielding errors constantly. You need to address that. You can't have clutch hitting only show up half the time. You can't have bullpen starters who do not know how to pitch. You need to absolutely be taking every game serious from this point on. This was a big game tonight. You had a full Camden Yards. You had everybody excited, and you went out there and put on a piss poor performance. People were leaving by the 8th inning because they knew that we weren't going to win that game. You're out of it. You lost everybody in that stadium. And it's a shame. And ridiculous. You are right now 17-21. We are 3rd in the AL. You had a chance to face an A's team that has a similar record to you, and come out and win the first big game and say, hey, that error that Kobe Mayo made last night, that cost us the team. Man, we're going to make up for it. We're going to win this game right here. We're going to win the next 3 in a row and see what happens with the Yankees. And now you're looking at it like, well, we at least need to win the next 2 and not get swept by the Yankees, or else we really will be out of it. Now let's look at the stats. This is insanity. Look at how many people have under a 1 WAR. And I talked about this in another video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that are on the active roster. And if you add these two, I know they're on the DL, but this is a big problem. I mean, I'm counting Weston Wilson just because he really has not showed anything. You've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys under 1 WAR, and you have a bunch of guys that are really close to being at 0, closer to 0 than they are to 1. And this is a big problem. It's something that reflects more on the manager than it does the individual players. You need to be drilling these guys. You need to be on top of them. You need to say, hey, there's consistency. We need to work on these things, flesh these things out. The amount of errors that I've seen throughout the season and no change is insane. You have guys like Jeremiah Jackson either making the best play you've seen, and I love Jeremiah Jackson, either the best play you've seen or something terrible. You have Kobe Mayo ending games for the other team on walk-off errors. You have guys like Tyler O'Neill, who are supposed to be guys that you signed, making critical errors in the outfield to cost games. Not to mention, none of these guys are hitting the ball well. We only have one person hitting 300, and that's Adley Rutschman. One person on this team is hitting 300. A bunch of guys hitting in the low 100s and 200s. You got a guy hitting 167. You got a guy hitting 169. It is unacceptable and completely on the manager. Like, we went out and got this guy. He was the guy, and he's been terrible. Something has to give. And if not him, then this guy right here, Mike Elias, who has not addressed any of the issues with this team in any of the off seasons. It is ridiculous that we do not have pitching. And let's look at, all right, let's see, do we really not have pitching? Let's look at our pitching. All right, Shane Baz has a 5 ERA, Bradish has a 5, Bassett has a 5, Rogers has a, what? Whoa. Brandon Young has a 4.3, Povich has a 5. What? It's almost like we could use a pitcher. Oh, let's look at the bullpen. You have 2 guys in the bullpen that have under 2 ERA. You go down here and look at these ERAs. You're seeing 13.5, 11.2, 10.3. He's on the 40-man injured list. And I get it. We've had a lot of injuries. But at some point, you have to start taking accountability and changes need to be made. And I think that these two got to go. I really think that Craig Albernaz and Mike Elias need to go. And you need to get somebody in here who is going to take shit seriously. And you got to get an old school coach, man. You have to. It's insane. And I can't believe we're 9th of 15th for attendance. That blows my mind for how bad this team has been just watching baseball. It's insane to me. We really should be down low. We should be 14th. Like, it's year in and year out of the same thing. And it is becoming a problem. And I think that when you look at these numbers, when you look at guys that just aren't producing, Gunnar Henderson had a game-losing error tonight. You look at the way these guys are playing, they don't look like star players. They don't look like talent. There is a lot of issues. Yet they're supposed to have talent and production. And where is this going? Where is it? Like, You have to start taking accountability, and you need to start from the top. Mike Elias has to go. You gotta get somebody else. And I know a lot of people in the system believe in him. And I know guys like Cal Ripken has said they believe in him. But as a fan, I see the numbers. I see through the BS. He's got to go. He's not been successful. You have 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins. Sorry. I don't trust that guy. I don't trust him to take this team over the hump, get this team back to being a contender. We haven't even been a contender the last 2 years. We've been out of it at the All-Star break. And that's really frustrating. And you cannot keep having this happen. Craig's got to go. Elias has got to go. If this season goes off the rails, these next 6 games literally determine the season. And I can't believe I'm saying that again this year, but I am. Next 6 games determine it. If you win them, you're on a real good spot. You lose them, it's the same thing as last year. And nobody's going to show up to the yard. Nobody's going to care. You're going to lose your fan base. Point blank, period. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you think this is a player issue, a managerial issue, a operations issue? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope you have a blessed evening, day, night, whatever, afternoon, whatever it is for you when you are watching this video at the time. Hopefully I will see you on the next one. Peace.